So about 2 months ago, I completed this thing called the 75-day hard challenge, where I had to work out for 75 days, clearly, consistently, every single day without taking any rest days. And I had to do some other things like taking cold showers or working out outside sometimes. And during this experience or during this challenge, I kind of encountered something we call true discipline. I think I had discipline before, but I kind of saw that I wasn't really disciplined, but I was making it a little bit easy for me. I was working out maybe four times a week, and taking 3 days of rest days sometimes. And I say this 75 days, I saw what true discipline was because I was working out every single day without taking any rest days. My body would get sore so much that sometimes I just didn't want to wake up. And I was taking cold showers too. So every single time I showered, my body was tensing up more. It wasn't having the time to relax. And it exceeded my expectations. I didn't really think my body could get to that level where it could take on hard things every single time and still do the same thing tomorrow. And that's when I saw what true discipline was. And to me, what discipline is doing something or knowing that you're gonna have resistance towards it, or you know that there's gonna be blocks to it, but you still do it anyway. It's something you do consistently every single time. And you know that you're gonna be not feeling to do it sometimes, but you just do it because that's you. You're a disciplined person. You do things that are hard sometimes. So with this discipline, I kind of took notes on what I could teach other people and what they need to get disciplined and why they think they aren't disciplined in the first place. So let me just talk about the benefits of getting disciplined in the first place. So while I was doing this challenge, right, my work ethic grew so much. I started focusing so much on things like schoolwork or working out in general, yeah. But there were some other things that I was doing that I didn't really put so much focus on. But because I was stretching that discipline muscle, I started to do those things even though I didn't want to do them sometimes. But I still went hard at them. I still did those things. And because of this newfound discipline, I kind of saw that my work ethic grew and my focus grew too. And those are the two benefits I think I saw so much. They become a part of me. And the other thing is my self-esteem kind of increased because my identity now was that I was a person who do hard things every single day. So with these benefits, now I'm going to tell you why you think you're not being disciplined in anything you're doing. So first of all, you might not be disciplined in what you're doing because you might not even like the thing you're trying to get disciplined. So for me to get disciplined in that thing, I had to fall in love with the game. I already loved working out because in my mind, the thought of doing something hard just was a good thing for me. It was something that I thought that would increase my self-esteem. So I just worked out regularly and I fell in love with it. But you might not be disciplined in what you're doing because you're not in love with it in the first place. But if you think that you're in love with it but you still don't have discipline, you don't have a strong why you're doing that thing. So my why for doing the gym is because I wasn't in love with the physique that I had. I was a skinny tall person. I wanted to increase my aesthetics, and that's what my why was. My why was kind of big thing to me. I didn't like what I looked like. But for you, you might not have a strong why. You might just be doing this thing because you have to. But you must have this why factor in your head. And that's one thing you might not be doing. Why you might not be really disciplined in what you're doing. And the other thing is that you might actually have false expectations of what you're doing. You might think this thing is too hard for me and I can't really do it. Before you even try to do it, you think that I can't do it. And that's why you can't be disciplined in. In my opinion, you should have self-confidence in yourself. To learn, you need a certain degree of confidence. Not too much, not too little. If you have too little confidence, you think you can't learn. If you have too much confidence, you think you do not have to learn. Eric Hoffer. When you have the moderate or the right amount of self-confidence, you think you can do something and you can achieve it. And that's why I think you should have self-discipline, or not self-discipline, self-confidence before you try out anything. And you should build that self-confidence before you start doing anything, like working out. You might have things like, oh, this is too hard for me. I'm going to be working out every single day. And a lot of us have fantasy that we're going to be doing this thing like every single day. I'm going to be looking really good. But they become fantasies and you never actually put the hard work in. And that's why you're not disciplined too. You're never consistent. You're never consistent in the things you're doing. And that's another reason why you're never disciplined. And so that kind of sums up the reasons why I think a lot of people aren't disciplined. You're not in love with the thing you're doing. The second reason is that you have a lot of fantasies in your head. You have a lot of fantasies, but you never put in the work. You're not consistent at all. So let me tell you what I think helped me to gain enough discipline to do the 75-day hard challenge. So the first thing is, I had this thought of that, what would happen if I never did anything that was hard in my life because I thought it was too hard? Where would I be in like 10 years or something like that? I would still stay in the same place every single time. I'll still be the same person I am right now. And that thought kind of motivated me to like try out this discipline thing. It motivated me to do the hard things and stay out of my comfort zone and do the hard things gradually and consistently. So if you have this thought of what would I look like if I don't do the hard things, you're probably going to be the loser that you think you might be, I guess. And you're never going to be an achiever at anything. Never going to see that success that most people talk about. And because you're not trying at all, you're never going to see any results. Trying is better than not doing, you know? And another thing that gives you, I guess, motivation to try out this thing about discipline is having curiosity of what you could be like if you did it. You should have a little bit of curiosity on the potential you have if you keep on doing this thing consistently. Because like you could end up so much higher than you think you could ever end up, because I didn't really think that I could reach a lot of people with my videos. Because the first time I actually started doing YouTube, I was kind of nervous. I didn't want to do it, but I had the curiosity of where I could get to, and I just did it anyways. I'm trying to be consistent right now, and I think right there, I think consistency is the best thing you could ever have. Because a lot of times the hustle culture right now is focusing more on the outcomes, the results. You should be consistent in everything you do, and you see a little bit of results at the end of it. But you shouldn't be focusing too much on the results, but you should be focusing on the amount of work you're putting in every single time and the amount of consistency you have when you're doing those things. I hope what I just said could give you a little bit of motivation to be disciplined enough, to be disciplined in everything you're trying to do and to have that consistency. You should just have a system in place for you that in everything you do, it's not too hard to be disciplined, because you could be having too much expectations for yourself and you fail every single time when you're trying to be disciplined. You should have a system that's much more easier for you to be consistent in what you're doing. What I want to leave for you today is this: hard things and consistency give you better results than shallow things where you just do things for a second and just let go of it. You have to be disciplined enough to get to a point where you just fall in love with the thing and it becomes automatic for you. And I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. And if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments, and like this video and share it if you want to. And thank you.